Hello, it is mostly weaving again this week, and I will say it's very warm in here, so do bear with me. So it is mostly weaving except for this bit, which is sewing. Now I did say last week that I'm not going to show you every bag I make because I'm not. But this one is a milestone bag. I count every 50th bag as a milestone bag, post it to the internet, make a bit of a fuss, bit of a celebration. And this one is number 2,850. Which is less impressive when you realise I've been making these bags for about 12 years and I really could have got a wiggle on. Anyway, this is my latest milestone bag. It's made from donated fabric with roses, gold roses on the green background. It is throwing my white balance all over the place, and a long gold handle because there wasn't enough of this fabric to make a matching handle, so I thought I'd make a long handled one because some people like that. You can sling it over your shoulder, it's easier to carry. Anyway, that is the latest milestone bag. I've actually made 2,852 because I made another 2 bags this morning because I'm just that efficient. Now, what else have we got? We've got this one, which has had its wet finish, and the wet finish has made the stripes nice and bold because that cotton has shrunk in a little bit. We've got some bloom from the weft and some shrinkage from the cotton, so I really like how that's come out. I don't know how I was picturing it coming out. Probably like this, I don't know. I don't really plan ahead that much. But I'm pleased with it, and I am trying to decide what to do with this weft yarn because I do have more than half a ball of that left. It's actually a cake, it's quite a big cake. So probably, I think maybe just an orange, plain orange warp. I did have a difficulty, not a difficulty, I had a difference. That's the word I'm looking for. I can speak English. Difference in shrinkage, which means that the fringe is uneven. Now, the last time that happened, I did adjust the longer fringe. It's just because there's 2 fibres in the warp. I've got merino and I've got cotton. Different shrinkages in the wet finish. In this case, I am just going to leave it uneven like that because I quite like it. I'm going to trim that though. That's a disaster. That knot's come undone. I'll fix that, and then it's not actually a disaster. Worse things are happening. But I'll tidy that up. But I will leave that fringe different lengths. Something about it just appeals to me. The last time it happened, I did fix it. This time, I'm not going to. It's my artistic decision. So that can go just there with the bag, and I'll get the threads off this one because this one is off the loom, and it's very shiny and very soft. It's not wet finished. I haven't done anything with the fringe. I'm thinking about the fringe. I'll tell you what I'm thinking in a minute, but first I'll just show you. It's not hugely different along the length. If I go like that, is it shining? All those little coloured patches that you can see are actually metallic, so it's very kind of glamorous and elegant, like me. So it's a really nice, catches the light beautifully. The really bold colour in there is bronze, but there's also kind of purple, not kind of purple, it is purple and green in there as well, and a little bit of blue. I don't know that it's catching the light very well in camera, but it looks lovely in person. So I'm deciding about the fringe. So this yarn is clingy. I'm holding that up so well. Put that over my shoulder. No, put that over my shoulder. So this yarn, as you can maybe see, has a kind of fluffy coating. So left loose, it will cling to whatever you're wearing underneath it. And I don't know that twisting it is going to make a huge difference to that clinginess, but it might give it some more weight. So I will twist it because I think these shiny metallics will look really interesting twisted together. But I'll show you that next week. It will be finished and wet finished. I don't expect much of a difference in the actual body of it after a wet finish, but I've been wrong before, occasionally. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I don't have anything on the big loom because this has just come off it. And I am pondering making a dress, and I'll need the table to tape the pattern together. And that's currently the flaw in the plan to make a dress is, can I be bothered taping a pattern together? Today I cannot because it is too humid. Tomorrow it's supposed to be not humid, so we'll see. That's how I plan my life around humidity. It's a really nice dress pattern, and I've got some fabric that's probably not going to work very well for it, but that has never stopped me before. And I've made mistakes in the past, and I wear them in public, so it's all fine. I do have something on the little loom, so I'm going to tell you about that because I've got the little loom right here. Here we go. So this is another orange warp. This is the Bendigo Woollen Mills Calypso, and I was hoping to say this is the last of the Bendigo Woollen Mills Calypso. But the thing about Bendigo Woollen Mills is they give you a lot of yarn, like so much yarn for your money. So I still have not quite a third of a ball. I'd say maybe a fifth of a ball if I was going to be mathematical about it, which doesn't sound like me. So I've still got some of this left. So I warped this up to go with this yarn, which is looking like this in the ball. And did I bring the label in? I did, my gosh. It's Patons Sierra 8 ply. Now, the thing about this is it's stocked at, I don't have a local yarn shop as such. I have a gift shop that sells yarn. And I go in there when I need basics, sort of basic colours or whatever. And apparently every time I see one of these sitting on the shelf, I go, oh, wow, that's gorgeous. I'll take that home. And then I put it next to the one I bought last time. I've got at least 2 of these, and I've got one of the same colourway in chunky. I don't know. I don't know. I just keep bringing this home. So we're going to try and use it up. So I'm using it on the orange because it's got a matching orange in the colourway, which works quite well. And I didn't know that I was going to get to it quite so quickly, but that's worked. Now, you may have noticed, and you might not have, and I'm not offended if you haven't. Well, where have they gone? Well, you haven't noticed them because they fell over the back. I've got these happening. So, I decided to complicate this slightly. When I was warping it up, I thought this is going to be a plain weave, because I love a plain weave. Plain weave, beautiful structure. But then I thought that would be a shame if this texture, because I'll show you that a little bit close up, you can see the texture in that yarn. I thought it would be a shame if that texture got lost completely in a plain weave, which it didn't last time, but this is a slightly thicker yarn than last time. So I thought, that's okay, we'll do some floats. So I thought, pop some floats in. And then on the other side, which I don't know that I can show you very well, oh, maybe. Maybe, is that showing up? Not really. You might be able to see the long orange floats in there. You might not be able to see them, but they're definitely there, I wouldn't lie to you. So I thought that way I'll get the texture on the other side at least. So I did that row there of 6 pairs of floats. And then I thought, you know what, let's make this a little bit more interesting and complicated for myself. So I've got, see if I can get that a little bit more in shot. I don't think I can. I don't know that the texture, oh, there we go. It is showing up. It's showing up. So I've got 3 there, and then I've got the other 3 on the next row up. And then I've got 3 there and 3 there. So it's sort of zigzagging a little bit up there. Now, this row here, if I'd done that all the way through, I could just use the pickup stick because it's the same pattern all the way through. Doesn't work if you've got multiple parts of a pattern because you can only have one operational pickup stick at a time. You can put as many pickup sticks as you like behind the heddle, but only the one nearest the heddle is actually going to work. The other ones are just going to sit there and look pretty. So, options. You've got options, you can get around it. You can either weave your pattern and then take the pickup stick out and then pick up the next bit of the pattern and then weave that and then take the stick out and pick up. That doesn't take too long. I've done it before. I did it with a kind of zigzag pattern, which was really satisfying. But did I say it doesn't take long? Because that did take a long time. Anyway, irrelevant. Or you can use string heddles to do the same thing as a pickup stick. So that's what I've got here. And it is possible, I'm going to say it, it is possible to make string heddles that are good looking and functional. Not if you're me. This is scrabbled together in such a scrabbly way. And it's how my string heddles always look. A little bit chaotic, but they're working and that's the main thing. So I've got this knitting needle. These are my mother's knitting needles and I don't knit. And one day I will pass the knitting needles on to someone who does knit, but I will keep some for string heddles. Basically, it's loops of string. I don't know if you can see that very well. If I hold it up like that, maybe. Loops of string that raise some of the threads in the slots, because those are the ones that you can manipulate. The ones in the holes are locked in place. The slot threads you can move up and down. So I've got one pattern on the string on this string heddle, and then I've got the other pattern on this one. And I have very cunningly reminded myself which needle is which by having the pointy end of the needle match the side that is going to be worked in the pattern, right? I'm a genius. So as I said, you can make these really nice and elegant, and there's probably somebody watching this right now going, oh, but it's okay, it's fine, it's working. And that's the main thing. I've got the strings held in place with masking tape. It's working. So where I would ordinarily, I'm going to get these slightly out of the way. I'm going to see if I can demonstrate. I'm going to see if it's going to work while I'm holding it up. So ordinarily, it's not going to work very well. There we go. So ordinarily in the down shed, so all of these threads in the down shed, for me, for the down shed, it's for everyone. The down shed is for everyone. So sometimes I remember that people weave in different directions and all the rest of it, but the down shed is going to be the same for everyone. That's the slot threads, and you can manipulate them, you can move them around. So you can keep some down, you can bring some up. So instead of ever having a downshed in this pattern, till I get to the end and do the border, I have my string heddles, and this is not going to show up very well, but you'll just have to trust me. So I can pick up my string heddle, and that will pick up some but not all of the threads. So the three that are still down and weren't picked up, that'll give me that little float. I don't know if that made sense. I don't know if you could see what I was doing. I'm going to go and get a glass of water because it is warm in here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one comes out. I think I've just noticed an error on the back. No, I haven't. It's fine. You can worry too much about these things. You take care of yourself. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.